where we just start the game and we're getting smashed. We lose a guy on a pin down to open the game for a 3. We have a simple interchange, and our big guy, we're telling him that guy drives, do not let him shoot. He let him shoot, makes another 3. They had 14 points in the first half in transition, and we weren't getting any. They were running back. They weren't really trying the offensive rebound. They shot it and ran back to make sure we didn't get baskets, and guess what? We didn't. They played zone for 40 minutes, and it's really difficult, folks, when you have young guys that are still learning to feel when to look to the post, when to, we were thrown around the perimeter, and I was trying everything to just get something to work. Emmanuel made shots. I thought Ashton really defended again and did some stuff. We still got to figure out offensively some things we got to get him to do. And then Reed and PJ had 20 rebounds between them. So, but it's a good win. I mean, today, Alabama lost at home. Florida lost at home. Mississippi State lost at home. Someone else lost at home. Arkansas lost at home. We did lose at home. And it looked ugly early, but we didn't. So now we move on to Georgia.
As you mentioned, PJ and Reed, I think only combined for 8 points, but you said they're 20 rebounds. Were they doing things since they weren't doing?
We weren't looking to them. I couldn't get the guards. Look, when you're playing against the zone and the ball moves, the first look you have is to the post, and if he's open, you throw it. We were looking back at the guard that threw us the ball. That's one. Second thing, if you're playing against a zone with all you basketball bennies in this room, if you put the ball above your head, what will the zone do? Uh-oh. Just backs away, because you can't, unless you shoot a two-handed shot that way. So the minute you go like this, they back. And I kept telling the guys in every huddle, break the gut. You have to break it down and make them think you're driving or shooting, or they're going to back away, which is why PJ and those guys didn't get the ball. The other guy, again, made a big difference in the game was Nick. Big difference in the game. Blocking shots. Again, if he's that guy and he keeps playing that way, we're going to be all right. We need him to play a little bit more than he played, probably another 5, 7, 8 minutes. But he played good again today.
Cal, first of all, how's Ashton's back? And second of all, you talk about other guys in the past trading 3s for 2s and things like that, and you can't make up for it on the other end. When all the steals he gets, does he sort of negate that at times with
He's a better shooter.
Turnovers.
He's a better shooter than people think he is. But and I'm telling him in huddle, shoot it, man. I'm giving you the green light. Let it go. But he's just so used to running downhill. You see him at the foul line. If you can go make 10 out of 11 from the foul line, you can shoot. I mean, you can shoot. And the way they're playing him, it's basically a foul shot, one step back. It's the same shot. They're leaving you alone. So let it go.
Cal, you had an exchange with Nick Richards when he went down hard, and you looked like you were trying to sub in Reed, and he kind of waved him off. What was that exchange like, and what were you feeling during that exchange?
Well, he was getting tired, but I wanted to see him tough through that, which he did. And, we have to be more desperate to start games. We have to be more desperate for 40 minutes. We have to understand that every team that plays us is excited. In the beginning of the game, they're coming. Over the length of the game, like in the second half, we held these guys to 24% in the second half from the floor. And again, if you can understand the beginning of the games, they're playing Kentucky, they're in Rupp Arena, they're going to make shots, they're going to do things, they're going to play sharp, but as the game goes on, if you will stay desperate, you'll have your chances. I thought, again, you could say he doesn't shoot the ball well, but he was 7 for 9, and then you say, yeah, but he had a runner and the rest were layups, so take layups. That's fine with me. Manuel quickly, like I said, those were big shots for us, big shots.
Cal, obviously down early, and you guys fought back right there in the first half. How have they learned to trust themselves in those situations, those adverse situations?
Well, you know, I want them, just like the Alabama game, to understand we were down 9, and I kept saying, play to win. Forget it. Let's put it back on them. Get this thing close and let's go. In this game, you know, we didn't want to give them easy baskets, so we weren't trying to deny balls. And I was saying it in every huddle. If they all are playing and doing what we're trying to ask them to do together, they can trust. We still break off. The last charge by Keldon was not what we were doing. He was supposed to curl, and that ball was going to PJ. Part of it is because PJ and Reed didn't get a whole lot of shots. So let's get them some shots. Well, he chose to grab it, drive baseline, and run the guy over. I was open. That's not what we were doing. That's where we still have some of that right now. Leaving timeouts, don't put the ball above your head. You're choosing to do what you want to do instead of what this team needs you to do. We're still fighting some of that. But again, I mean, we got good kids. It's not like they're doing it on purpose. They just have habits. And when it gets a little hairy, those habits pop out.
Cal, what exactly happened to Ashton there with his back? And
Fell on a kid's foot.
You know how he is?
Yeah, I think he's fine. He went back in the game. He's a tough kid. I gave him a minute. I said, you got 1 minute and you're going back. He said, all right.
Coach, you held Vanderbilt to 17 points in the second half. What did you like most about your team's defensive?
We sustained effort. We helped each other. We were communicating pretty good. We got into their legs a little bit by the pressing. But again, like, I watched the tapes. Mississippi, who's beating everybody, they had a chance, as you know, to beat Mississippi. As a matter of fact, probably should have. They played Georgia, and everybody saw the score, but with 5 minutes to go, it was a 2-bucket game. And as a matter of fact, there were points of the game, they were up 5 or 7 points. So they're capable, and you know it, and they can really score the ball. I thought they were going to play zone. I saw their Kansas State game, and they played zone against Kansas State and gave them everything they could handle. And I told them, and we worked on zone for 2 days. Obviously, we didn't work very good, but we did work on it because I kind of thought that's what they do.
Anything else, guys? All right, Slade, over there.
Thank you.